The following program is a Nighthawk Network presentation.
This is the story about an African-American woman who is passionate about professional wrestling and goes to countless events. She then, one day, gets the idea to start a wrestling talk podcast to talk about her favorite wrestlers and wrestling programs. She has a home podcasting room full of wrestling memorabilia that she uses to do the show, and every week you can tune in and join in the conversation.
Welcome, my gems. Welcome to Rumble Time. I am your host, Queen Gemini. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about because we got to get caught up. It's been a lot going on in the wrestling world. So, buckle up and it's time to rumble, y'all. So, I told y'all last week I wanted to see Jesse Ventura at that next Saturday night main event. And if he was not there, I was going to have a crash out to end all crash outs. Well, get ready for the crash out because he ain't going to be there. I am pissed. When I say I am pissed, I am pissed. His contract ended on this past Saturday night's main event. You remember he is signed for 1 year and it expired last on the last Saturday night main event. And they're not going to renew it because they're in their feelings because of what he said about that piece of crap match between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Now, he didn't tell no lies in nothing he said. The match was crap. Excuse me, y'all. And the way it ended was crap. Nobody walks out the door on a steel cage match. They always do something elaborate. And we didn't get none of that in that match. I could have slapped some paint on the wall, sat here and watched it dry and been more entertained by that than that daggone match. So they got ticked off about what Jesse said. I agreed with Jesse. Everybody agreed with Jesse. But because he went off of their little bootleg script, they got in their feelings and decided not to renew his contract. So I hope Triple H get cramps in both his legs. Son of a biscuit eater. Because this is starting to get annoying. Because you got these little sensitive people. He shouldn't have said that. That wasn't nice. Nobody cares about your feelings. If you knew anything about Jesse, you knew how Jesse Ventura was. That's how I know you're not a true wrestling fan. You have no clue. You just somebody just started watching wrestling. You know, you're not from back in the day. You know Jesse is subject to say anything. So, the only reason why I'm going to watch December the 13th is because it's John Cena's last final match. That's the only reason why I'm going to watch. So, oh yeah, and there's people out here. Oh Lord, yeah. Let me go ahead and put this disclaimer out there. Everybody that is doing wrestling shows and podcasts don't have a clue about no daggone wrestling. Let me put that out there. Because I have seen They have said that NBC canceled Saturday Night Main Event. Saturday Night Main Event has not been canceled because I checked. They got a show coming up in January. If it was canceled, the last show would be with John Cena. Everything would end with John. Then they was like, well, oh yeah, let's just go ahead and talk about this. The attendance. It's been a lot of talk about the attendance and the prices of the tickets. Well, Vince priced it for family. Vince ain't running this company no more. He sold it. Vince is a thing of the past. Yes, he priced those tickets so families could come out. Okay, that was then. This is now. TKO is in charge. They looking to make a profit. All right, different era. Well, I'm not paying that money to see no wrestling show. Okay, don't pay it. So the biggest talk was not this past Friday, the Friday before last. The attendance was low as SmackDown. It was low. And they was like, it's because Cody is the champion and yada yada yada. And look at the views. And when Roman was champion, but you didn't want Roman. You complained about that. Well, we tired of Roman. We wanted Cody. We want Cody. And you get Cody, now you don't want Cody. Make up your mind. So they're complaining about the ticket prices. Well, the WWE has a solution for you complaining about the ticket prices. The road to WrestleMania? How about they added 11 dates to the road to WrestleMania? And on those two cities that is on there is two cities we don't never, ever get nothing going to the road, going towards WrestleMania. Charlotte, February the 6th, and Raleigh, March the 20th. You think them people ain't gonna turn out? Oh, they gonna turn out. So I'm looking at the list. I'm like, they going to the show, they going to the places that they go to every blue moon. And there's a couple on there that they going to that they know they can pack the house out regardless. Because Philadelphia is on there. They know they can pack the house out.
Let me jump in here for a minute because I find it crazy that this multi-billion-dollar industry, where hell, if you just take the profits they making off gamers playing WWE,
Mm-hmm.
if you actually go on Twitch or one of those platforms right now, there are thousands, I tell you, thousands of gamers that play WWE wrestling, okay? They
Mm-hmm.
have leagues and everything. Second of all, pretty much every major city that the WWE go to, they pack the house. Every time they come here to Detroit, house is packed. Every time they go to Chicago, you see how it was in Chicago a few weeks ago? Off
Yes.
the chain. When
Yes.
they go to Madison Square Garden, they always pack Madison Square Garden.
Uh-huh.
Hell, when they go to the Forum, they pack the Forum. It again, we are not getting the right people speaking on these things. I agree with you. I'm out.
And if I'm not mistaken, wait a minute, let me look at this list real quick. Okay, this is one of the dates got cut off. I didn't get that date. But Philadelphia, Charlotte, Cleveland, Dallas, Memphis, Sunrise, that's Florida, Atlanta, Louisville, Indianapolis, Raleigh, and like I said, I missed that last date. They're going to the places that they know they can pack the house out. So go ahead and keep on with your BS about, well, we ain't coming, we ain't going. Because what's gonna happen is when it was coming to you on a regular basis, they're gonna stop coming to y'all on a regular basis. And they're gonna start hitting the places where they know they can pack the house out. So go right ahead. Cause see, since we don't have, see, North Carolina had WCW. So we didn't really give a rat's baby butt if the WWE came here or not. Cause we had WCW. But since Vince bought WCW and there is no more WCW now, every opportunity that we get that we can enjoy, hey, it's coming. They packed that house out. Because when they came here the last time, which was just last month, when they came to Raleigh, they sold that sucker out. It was a sold out show. Keep playing with them if you want to. Keep on, because before long, these same cities that don't normally get these PLEs are going to be the ones that get the PLEs too. So just keep on playing. And talking about what you ain't going to do, what you ain't going to go to, go right ahead, because you just opening up the door for us. Thank you. Appreciate you.
And then
Now,
remember, if all else fails, have we not seen how well WWE does overseas?
exactly. That's the part, because that's another thing. What y'all won't do, them, look at look how quick they pull. I'm supposed to be sitting in 2020 what 6. Okay, first of all, I was supposed to be sitting in New Orleans for WrestleMania. That got pulled. It's going back to daggone Vegas. Then 2027, it was supposed to be in Memphis. I was like, okay, I can live with that. I can make it. That's still on. It ain't far from me. I can make it to Memphis. What happened to that? Oh, it's going to Saudi. Keep playing with them. Keep playing with them, because they're gonna take it to where they know they can sell out.
I mean, again, people, it's a reason why WWE is on Netflix now, on streaming, because in the end, y'all still watching.
Exactly, exactly. Whether you using a VPN or you're paying through Netflix or whatever, because people, yeah, Netflix is mad about that because yeah, they're not making the money that they thought they was gonna make. I'm like, you really think that, huh? You really think that's stupid? You really believe that? They talking about Netflix and ESPN. Yeah, I bet you they're mad about that deal. They're not making the money they're gonna make because there's VPNs and da. And I ain't paying that kind of money. I ain't doing this and I ain't doing that. Well, don't do it. Don't do it. But don't get up here and try to tell us what's going on with wrestling when you don't have no clue about what's going on. Now, moving right along. I'm mad at you. You jinxed me on last Tuesday.
What I do?
I get up, we finished the show. I'm like, oh, I can catch a little bit of NXT. I jump my happy behind on NXT. I'm sitting here. Here come Chelsea Green and Ethan Page, and they done won some mixed tag team championship or something. And what do I hear? The one song, the one intro that vexes my spirit more
That
than
music.
anything on the face of this planet. When I heard his intro, I said, son of a biscuit eater. No, 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 no.
I believe in your entry.
Now he got a sidekick. He got him a little friend. They gonna go after the mixed tag and everything. And I'm like, Lord, sweet baby Jesus, no.
Oh no.
And she using the same intro he using.
Oh wow.
Just instead of his name, her name. I'm like,
I'm sorry, Queen. I ain't know.
they had on the same outfit, a blue shirt, white pants. I said no. I said, see, he jinxed me. He jinxed me. Oh, I can't believe this is happening. But get a load of this, y'all. Just before I got ready to come on, why I see Joe done wrote a diss song about Chelsea Green. He done made a diss song. I hollered. I hollered. And it's kind of catchy. I just rolled. I said, oh, I am too through. I am too through. I got to do some more research because it was just a piece of it on Facebook. But I got to do some research because I got to hear this whole song because it was kind of disrespectful if you ask me. But yeah, it was kind of disrespectful. I was like, did you really do a diss? You done did a diss track? I was like, I might could like you a little bit more now. Cause you petty. I appreciate that. Because I never would have thought he would have did something like that. But y'all, that was the funniest thing I had seen in my life. Oh, oh, okay, let me explain to y'all. Let me explain what happened. Okay, they were celebrating her and Ethan was celebrating they win, and they had this fake cake in the big ass cake in the ring, right? And you know her little sidekick, I can't even think of that heifer's name, but whatever. Her little security guard, whatever she's supposed to be. Yeah, the skinny chick, whatever her name is. Yeah. So they thought Joe was in the cake. And that's when his music hit and he was up there, at the entrance way. And his little sidekick friend was actually what's her name? Tella Tella Telsa Tella something. She was in the cake and she had two pies and she smacked the mugs in the face with the pies. Y'all, you talking about something funny. I laughed till I couldn't laugh no more. I was, yeah, it was, cause, yeah, it was funny. And so now that's why we have this lovely diss track and everything. And yeah, and Chelsea yelled that out like an idiot. And now we have this diss track. Sometimes you just need to just be quiet and just scream. Just scream. Don't say no word. Just scream. That will help you better. Yeah. but Lord, that did me justice. Okay. Now, I can't call him what I want to call him because, we're trying to keep this PG. You know, we're trying to keep this PG. But this son of a biscuit eater is complaining again about Oscar's undefeated streak. Okay, Goldberg. I did not think we was gonna have to talk about this ever again, but he's actually complaining about Oscar's undefeated streak. They did it in spite of him. They did it out of spite towards him. And I'm like, are you for real? You talking about this again? Oh Lord. So WWE said, I got something for you. Since you want to be petty and talk about this again, we gonna be petty too. If you recall a couple Mondays ago, they did this whole beautiful video package of Oscar and her accomplishments. And if you notice in the video package, they put in there about her undefeated streak. That was the response to him complaining. That was the WWE's response. Oscar did a response too, honey. She did a nice response. She said that she has had the pleasure of being able to entertain the fans and leave them with some beautiful, lasting, memorable moments in her wonderful, illustrious career. And I'm like, say it again, one more, say it 2 more times, girl, for the mugs in the back that did not hear you. After her response and what WWE's said with their response with that nice little video package, yeah, he ain't said nothing else because I don't even think about his undefeated streak. And you know why? Because your matches was only a minute and a half long. Wasn't nothing memorable about your matches. When you can't even have a 5-minute match with William Regal, you don't even need to be in wrestling. So I'm hoping he take his old raggedy behind somewhere and sit down and we don't have to hear from him no more.
Okay, let me read this for you, Queen. I heard that they banned my boy Westside Gunn from WWE events because they wasn't happy with him and some of his wrestling album covers.
Okay. West Side, I didn't hear about him getting banned. I heard they asked him to leave. He said he was kicked out of Raw when they was in his hometown last week, I think it was. Last Monday. He said he was, asked to leave. They, told him to leave. And I was like, who? Because I didn't know who he was. So, of course, I had to go and do some research. Okay. He has the wrestling company that, from what I understand, Zilla Fatu is a part of. For something. I can't think of the name of it, but he owns that. He wrote the song for the Hurt Syndicate. He's been to a lot of AEW events and has been ringside for their stuff. Um, and apparently he's wrote a couple of songs and has put WWE in the songs, and it has not been favorable. So they was like, so they asked From what I heard, they asked him to leave. So he said, so he will not be promoting the WWE. And I was like, well, if you talking shit, oh, if you talking stuff about him, you're not promoting him. I'm just saying. I haven't heard this stuff. I don't know. I don't know. So it was a big up, that lasted all of 3 days, and then everybody stopped talking about it. And so, but I mean, and then the one thing that got me was, who is that?
Me.
Oh, so what?
Come in and slap your hand.
I got scared.
I thought
They're
the
not
kids
here.
popped in.
They're not here. But I got scared. I was like, oh my God, are they listening? Because, the oldest one can type. He can type out stuff. I was like, oh crap. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm going to get popped when that boy see me. Lord, I got scared for nothing. Lord, he trying to give me a whole heart attack. See, you ain't playing fair tonight. You are not playing fair tonight. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, that was well. I mean, yeah, it's kind of wild. It's a mess. It's a mess. I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, it lasted all for 3 days, and then didn't nobody hear nothing else about it. So you never know. They could work things out. And the reason why I say that, and I'm not gonna promote WWE, okay, cool. Because Enzo is also a part of that. He works for this guy's company. And Enzo showed up at a WWE event. They kicked Enzo out. He was at one of the PLEs. They kicked Enzo out. And just what, a few months ago, Enzo wrestled with the Hardy Boys in TNA. And we all know TNA is part of WWE. So, hey, things can work themselves out. We just have to wait and see. See what happens. Um SmackDown. SmackDown. This is not funny, but it was funny to me. Um Charlotte was facing Nia Jax, right? And little Alexa Bliss was out there. And I did not see this coming in no way, no shape, no form. I did not see this coming. We just enjoying the match and everything. And next thing I know, I'm looking. I'm like, hold on. Is that Lash Legends? She done come up from over that barricade behind Alexa. She done got that little girl in the daggone, what you call that? What you call that lock?
Sorry, what was that?
Not you. Sorry, not you. Stop. Yeah, that's it. She was slinging her around like a rag doll, y'all. I was like, no, no, you ain't supposed to sling nobody like that. I'm just waving my little arms and stuff. I'm like, oh Lord, help her, help her. She little. You can't be slinging her like that. Oh, I'm like, oh, she done broke her. She done broke her. She done broke her. And so Charlotte looking like, wait a minute, what are you doing? So of course, Nia gets the upper hand and she gets the win. She does the bonsai, and that was all she wrote. I'm like, yeah, you ain't getting up. Honey, these two, Nia and Lash is embracing each other and everything. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know I went on vacation, but hold on. You two was just fighting each other. And Nia beat you, and y'all ain't free. So the little interviewer in the back, I don't even know her name, don't really care. She asked a question. Well, we friends now. I'm like, well, excuse us. Cause I sure would have asked you the same thing. Like, hold on, sister. What's this all about? Honey, they friends now. I'm like, oh, sweet baby Jesus. Y'all women are in for a world of hurt. Y'all finna get the dog crap beat out of y'all. They done put Lash and Nia together as a tag team. Good luck. Uh-huh. We'll be praying for y'all. So so they friends now. Okay. So Charlotte was back there apologizing for I wasn't paying no attention. I'm like, Lord, poor little bliss. Poor little thing. And they gave her some ice to put on her neck. And you see her looking up. You see her looking up and she looking all funny. And you see somebody in a doctor's coat with a little mask on and a little hat. And it's Oscar. Oscar pull out that mask and blow that mist in her and Charlotte's face. And now they holler. I'm like, Lord, Lord, now she blind. They blind now. Oh Lord, now they can't see. They are not having a good night tonight. I said, help them, just help them.
Yeah, they had a bad Friday that Friday.
That was you talking about something funny. After I got over help them, I started laughing because it was kind of comical. Because you got Kyrie behind Oscar just jumping up and down like they don't want a prize. And like and then I realized I may have problems because I found I got too much joy out of that. I'm like, oh, yeah, something might be wrong with me. So that was it. That was funny. That was funny. Now, our main event for the night. Our main event for the night was Cody versus against Aleister Black. Match going good. Good match. Because I wanted to see how this was gonna go. Cause I like Aleister. And again, yeah, I may have something wrong with me. My darker side was coming out. Like, cause I really like Aleister Black, Let's see how Cody is gonna do against Aleister. We was doing fine. We was having a lovely match until Drew McIntyre with his salty behind Claymore's the daggone referee. Yo, he Claymore the referee, and then now you done Claymore the man. Man out. He out. He out. He gonna grab him, shaking him, and he yelling at him. He blaming the referee for his loss. Dude, you brought that title in there. Oh, I ain't never been so mad in my life. So now you got, yeah, don't it's his fault. It's his fault. Now you got him, you got Alistair beating the crap out of Cody. Here comes Damian Priest. Okay, so well that evens it up. So now we just got a brawl. We just got a brawl. Damien's eye is messed up, so from the fireball. Uh, yeah. So Nick comes out. Nick told Drew, he said, "You suspended. You suspended." So he tried now. Drew tried to plead his case, and you gonna you, you taking food away from my family? Really do? Really do? That's what you doing? You taking food from your family? Really? Oh, okay. So the backstage segment was wild. When I say it was wild, honey, Drew going off. Nick said, "You effed yourself." Because, Drew was the whole, everybody's, no, you effed yourself. I said, oh, you used a bad word. And he told him to get on up out of there. I said, he told you. He told you. And Drew told me, you ain't seen the last of me. I said, we know we ain't seen the last of you, but go on for now. Go on. We won't see no more of you tonight. We done seen you. Bye. Go somewhere. Go somewhere and sit down. Woo. So that was SmackDown. Am I missing something? Because I feel like I'm missing something. I'm tired of this slap because because Selena thought, okay, cool, I can smack Cody. No, sister, you gotta stop. Don't be doing. See, Becky, I blame you. I blame you for this because you started this mess with smacking Punk. Now everybody, well, Becky did it. I can do. No, you gotta stop doing. No, you can't be running around here, Selena. Don't, honey, you are 2 feet tall. You cannot be running around here smacking these grown men because you're gonna mess around and smack the wrong one and they're gonna smack you back. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I ain't gonna say a word. I'm just gonna turn and sip my tea and act like I ain't see nothing. Cause you can't be hitting because if you hit them, you better be ready to fight. That's all I'm gonna say about that. What else happened? Was there anything else? Not, nothing really, 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 not really. Okay, y'all, moving right along. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. I got some news for y'all. So let's throw some news in before we hit Raw. Um, y'all remember Ridge Hardland? Um, I'm trying to think of a way to say this and not sound insensitive. And every time yeah, and no way is coming out in a nice way, shape, or form. Okay, Rich Holland, as you know or recall, he hurt Big E. He's the reason Big E is not wrestling ever again. Well, Ridge got released. They was like, "See you when we see you. Bye bye." He got released. He's injured, so he does this whole pity thing. Um, about he didn't know how he was going, take care of his family and yada yada yada. Here it goes. Okay, y'all. This was the statement he made. Rich Harlan claims he was screwed over by WWE after being released and can't even pay his bills. You heard what I just said, right? He said he can't pay his bills, right? I never thought I'd not be able to pay my mortgage. I feel like I've just been hung out to dry after getting injured working for another company on behalf of WWE. Add to that my contract not being renewed, knowing that I wouldn't be able to wrestle for 7 months. This is brutal. Yes, they are taking care of the surgery and physical therapy, but let's be honest. Um, that's the bare minimum after what we sacrifice for the company. Plus the possibility of having to get my neck fused too. Talk about getting totally effed. So, people in the comments, when I say people in the comments was brutal, they was brutal. Cause everybody, well, what about Big E? What about Big E? Hello. So, Jin, what's his name? Jinder Mahal donated $1,000, and I seen where uh uh somebody else donated some money, $1,000. And a couple few wrestlers donated $1,000, right? And Jinder Mahal goes on this spiel that Ridge needed a GoFundMe because after paying for travel expenses and yada 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 and paying for this, that, and the other, all he clears is $200,000 a year. I, I, I sat, I started looking around and I said, did he say all he cleared? All Ridge cleared. Now, this is what he's saying Ridge cleared for the year was $200,000. Huh? What? Okay. Okay. All right.
If
I'm like, let me be quiet. Let me be quiet.
if
Don't you say a
I
word.
made half of that, I'd be good.
Thank you. Thank you. I was like, is
If
he?
I made half of that with kids, I'd still be good.
I was like, is he? Did he just say this? And this is why he needed a GoFundMe, and people went in. So people went in so bad that Ridge Harlan made another statement saying that he don't need no gun for GoFundMe. He didn't even know the page was being done. Honey, he hurried up and tried to disassociate himself with that because people went when I say they went all the way in, they went all the way in. They was ticked. Because when you look at Ridge history, Ridge put out he hurt 3 wrestlers doing his time. Big E, he ain't coming back. Elton Prince, part of Pretty Deadly, he had hurt him. And Johnny Gargano. I remember when Johnny got hurt. Because I didn't think Johnny was going to come back. Because remember, Johnny was gone for a long time. And I was like, Lord, he ain't coming back. I was like, I liked him. He could wrestle. I'm like, he ain't coming back. And I was so sad. I was like, he ain't coming back. But he made it back. But it was looking a little rough there. So, yeah. Now, okay. Let's get down to Andrade. Okay, remember before I left for vacation, I told you there was a mess about. At first, they was not invoking the non-compete clause, and then they was invoking the non-compete clause and all this stuff. So he got pulled and everything. Y'all, and come to find out, since TKO has taken over, there is actually in these guys' contracts a non-compete clause where they can't compete for a year. A whole freaking year. So that's why we ain't seen Andrade, because they invoked the clause. They was like, nah, sit your happy tail down somewhere. So that's why he's not been seen. That's why they pulled him off AEW TV. They invoked that clause. And I was like, a whole year? What is y'all on? Y'all on that stuff. Because what sense does that make? See, you better save your daggone money up while you are in the WWE. If you're making $200,000 a year, you better be putting some money in savings. You better be putting some money in savings. You better be paying off stuff you can pay off. Because if you ever get released, you got a non-compete clause for a whole year. So yeah, that's why we ain't seen him. And y'all remember, what's his name? The Escobar. Santos. Remember him? Let me tell you about this mug. Let me tell you about him. And at first I was kind of mad at him, but when I thought about it, I'm like, that's pretty daggone slick. You know what? If I'm ever in contract negotiations, I may need you to negotiate a contract on my behalf. His contract expired back here about a month or so ago. They was doing everything they can to keep him. They was offering him this, that, and the other. Okay? Oh boy said no. Let the contract expire. All right? Why he go back to them? Okay? He goes back to them and renegotiates the whole contract and get every daggone thing he wants and signs a whole new contract. He did it at 12:01. Everything he wanted, he got it. I said, because at first I was like, they was like, he let his contract expire, so he's a free agent. He's this, that, and the other, yada, 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 yada. Come to find out, sucker waited he waited till that contract expired. 12:01, he went to him. This is what I want. I want X, Y, and Z. And he got X, Y, and Z put in that contract, and he got everything he wanted. So he signed it. He signed the new contract. So we should be seeing him back on WWE TV soon. So that's why we have not seen Santos. I said, well, go on down with your bad self. I ain't even mad at you. Oh, Cody Rhodes. Wow, we talking about contracts. Cody said when he signs his next contract, that's gonna be his last contract. So when he signs, he renews his contract. That's gonna be it. Final run. He gonna call it. That's something about these guys. These guys is not wrestling like our old school guys in their 50s, 60s, some 70s. Yeah, they're not. No, they're not doing that. They are not doing it. Cody is 40. Yeah, he's 40. Yeah, they're not playing that. They're coming out while they still can move.
I mean, I think that's part of it. Keeping in mind that Cody Rhodes has wrestled a good 20 plus years. But
Yeah,
you also got to think about the fact that in this day and age of wrestling, it seems to be more opportunities for them after wrestling
after
than
wrestling.
other
Yep,
time.
yep. It really is. It is, and they really don't have to, keep pushing themselves and staying in. And then again, look at what they're making compared to what the guys back in the day was making.
Exactly.
And now they have the merchandise.
Also,
So it's a
and the
whole.
NIL deals.
Mm-hmm. It's a different ball game now. Um, hold on. I knew I could have sworn I had saved it. On November the 18th in El Paso, Texas. Come on, I know I saved it. It will be okay on Tuesday, November 18th. Will be proclaimed Eddie Guerrero Day in El Paso, Texas. The city council will hold. Yes, Latino Heat. The city council will hold an official proclamation ceremony to honor the life, legacy, and impact of the WWE Hall of Famer. The event will take place at City Hall, starting at 9 a.m. Fans who wish to attend are encouraged to show their support by wearing their wrestling persona or luchador mask. And they say bring a friend, bring your family member, whatever. For those who cannot attend in person, the ceremony will be streamed live on the City of El Paso social social media page. So, yes, I in spite of Dominic Mysterio thinking he can, yeah, you're not Eddie Guerrero. Please stop trying to do Eddie stuff. We do not appreciate it. Um, yeah, there's only one Eddie Guerrero.
But you
There's
bring
only
up an interesting point. One, will WWE be represented that day? Two, will Don or his dad or both of them show up for the ceremony? What you think?
what they showing up for? What they showing up for? Chavo, yes, I can see Chavo, Vicky, his daughters, the Guerrero family, not the Mysterio family. Guerrero. I don't mean no harm, but there's no reason for y'all to be there. We do not want to see y'all because if you show up and you try to make it about y'all, it's gonna be online, and yeah, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out because it's not about you. It's about Eddie. Period. Point blank. So hopefully they will not be there. But yes, the Guerrero family, I see them being there, because it is Eddie. But yeah, no. Dom and his dad don't need to be there. They better be wherever WWE is doing whatever. You know. See, I hadn't even thought about that until you said something. Now I'm mad. Cause I got this feeling that they might show up. Just, yeah. Ooh, they better not show up. Don't show up. Just I'm telling you, just go on somewhere. I got a place for you to go, but I can't say it because we trying to keep this PG. Okay. All right. Let okay. Yeah. Let's
Okay. Now, yeah, I get your point, but somebody high up from the WWE should be represented there some kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stephanie, one of them.
Yeah, Stephanie. Yeah, somebody. One of the higher officials should be there, but not Dom or Ray. None of them. So yeah, somebody from WWE should be there. Um, let's talk about let's talk about Raw. Raw didn't disappoint last night. They showed up and showed out. Um, Triple H came out. I don't know what he said, y'all, because I was mad at him about what he did to Jesse because I zoned out. I know I shouldn't have did that. I know he introduced John, and John came out and everything was going lovely. John was doing his little. He was in his hometown now. He's in his hometown for the last time. You know, final time. He gonna be wrestling. In ring and everything. And then for some reason, Dominic Mysterio thought it'd be a good idea for him to think he grown and go out here and get in grown folk business. Oh, he running off at the mouth. Time out. He better than John. He ain't even at his peak or some crap. And he better than John. When John, when John was in his prime or some mess, he was saying. I'm like, wait a minute, you believe that? I'm like, he actually believed that. Oh my God. For a minute there, I thought Triple H was finna pop him in the mouth. Because, I mean, if you go back and look at it, and it really kind of looked like Triple H about to pop him in the mouth. I'm telling you. So, he run off his mouth. So Triple H was like, well, since you think, you're better than, any era and all this and all of that. So he made a match between Dom and John for Dom's Intercontinental Championship. Since he had so much daggone mouth, referee come down. Now, this idiot Dom tries to use one of Eddie's tricks. The trick with the chair where he hits the mat and he throws it to his opponent, right? And then he lays out on on the mat like he done got hit. John knows that trick. He wrestled with Eddie. So he threw it down and he laid out too. So Dom kind of peeking over at him. Then the referee looking at Dom like, is you really out? You all right? You can get up? So John look over at him and winks at him like, so now he mad. He mad. Why you mad? You started this. Of course, the referee get knocked out. Of course. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord. I was so mad. I was like, oh, if y'all make John lose, I'm going to crash out. I'm going to crash out. John hit the AA and he's, come on, send a ref down here. So you got this ref running at top speed. And I'm like, dude, you look like you a couple 100-year-old. Don't run that hard, dude. Because we don't need no heart attacks on the way to that ring. Slow it down some. The ref was making me a little nervous. They came down there. But little Mr. Dimwit there thought he had it, honey. He thought he had it. He goes up and he hits the frog splash. Have y'all ever paid attention to how he do the frog splash? Is that the most horriblest looking thing have you ever seen in your whole life? It just don't look right. It's like, that's not how Eddie did
It's
that.
like, because he taller, he don't seem to know what to do with the leg and arm part of the splash.
Right.
It look awkward.
It does.
Bailey does a much better frog splash.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he hits this frog splash on John. He think he done did something. John flips and rolls over. I'm hollering at this point. Now, all y'all that know me know I ain't never been no John Cena fan, but I was a John Cena fan last night. Oh, I was a fan of John Cena. When he rolled over and came up holding him, I'm a hollering. I hollered so bad I didn't have a voice there for 10 minutes. I'm squeaking. And then when he just kind of like tossed him onto his shoulders, oh, that just made it worse. I was like, go ahead, do it, do it. He hit the attitude adjustment and got that 3 count, and we got a new Intercontinental Champion. Yes, John Cena is our new champion. Y'all, and that also made John a Grand Slam champion. Yes. Yes. He became a Grand Slam champion as well last night. So I was happy. I was happy. I'm like, oh, we getting off to a wonderful start tonight.
Well, I had to think about it. That is the one belt that he did not have won before. He been Intercontinental. He been United States champion. He been world champion. He been. Well, he ain't been NXT champion.
Yep. And now he's a Grand Slam. He's honey, he going out in style. He going out in style. So anybody that's sitting up here, they're not doing him right. He going out in style. I'm giving him credit. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. He's going out in style. He has held the what was it, the undisputed title, which took him over. What was it? Made him 17-time champion. So he broke Flair's record. Now he's done. Now he has the Intercontinental Championship, which he had never held. Made him Grand Slam champion. He's going out in style. And they're also, now there's rumors that they're talking about putting the world title on him one more time. One more time before he leave up out of that mug. So he will be 18-time world champion. So like I said, anybody come talking about they didn't do him justice, you a lie and the truth ain't in you. Now I said what I said. Now, speaking of John, we're gonna talk about this whole tournament thing that's going on. Now you know we had our first 2 matches last night. We had Damian Priest facing Rusev. Damian, anyway, I can't think of nothing nice to say. So for once, if my grandkids was here, they've been rolled up on me now and said, "Don't you say nothing." You would hear them all in the mic. "Don't you say nothing." Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing bad because they might actually see this. Dude, you need to come focused and get your head in the game because you are your own worst enemy. You cost yourself that match. I ain't even feel sorry for you. Because, honey, what Rusev did, I would have done the same daggone thing. Rusev got that win, honey. I'm just going to, we ain't going to go through all that. Rusev got that win. Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Y'all, I thought Shinsuke was going to win it. I really thought he was going to win it. Excuse me. I was wrong. Sheamus pulled that win off. I was like, what? Shinsuke lost? KB was like, yeah, she'll get lost. You around. I was like, yeah, it'll be all like that. It's like, you ain't had to do me like that. My boy lost. I was shocked. Now, Nick pulled names, okay? He pulled. He did his pull Friday, right? We got Jey Uso versus The Miz. Okay. Then we got LA Knight versus. If you find out, please let me know. Because Nick said it's a secret. He said, I'm going to hold on to that. And I ain't going to tell you. And I was like, Nick, what you, Nick. I'm sitting here pleading with Nick. Like Nick could hear me. Nick, don't do us like that. Who he facing? Whoever he facing, I'm sure he can't beat, but who he facing? Come on, Nick, tell us. So, of course, people, Lord Hammer, he done said Joe Hendry. Now, I will say this. If it was to be Joe Hendry, I would actually root for Joe Hendry. Because I do not like LA Knight. I really do not like LA Knight. That's bad, ain't it? I like Joe Hendry more than I like LA Knight. I just don't like he's bootleg. He's ugh. Anyway, every time I see him, it just vexes my spirit. Lord have mercy. So it's a secret. It's a secret. So so then last night, Pierce, he pulled. And we got Javon Evans versus Gunther. Yeah, Gunther will be back. Shoot. Gunther will be back Monday. You know, they're in Madison Square Gardens. Gunther will be back. So, then he pulls Solo Sikoa versus. He ain't gonna tell us. We don't find out to the Gardens. Because he trying to be like Nick. I want to call him something so bad, but again, I'm trying to keep this PG, so I can't say what I want to say. So I have to be nice. So yeah, I'm kind of distraught over this. So I ain't gonna know until I have to wait and see. So I was like, okay, good luck, Solo. We're gonna see what you can do, Solo, because you going in blind, buddy. Now, our world heavyweight champion, CM Punk, got up in everything. He was going off. He was mad. He was like, just send Logan Paul out here so I can beat him, within 2 inches of his existence. And yeah. So Paul comes out there, running off at the mouth. Yapping about the vision jumping on him. And let me say something about the Bronze. Last week when I said Braun Breaker had that look, and I knew that look because I've seen it on his uncle and I've seen it on his daddy. He does not like Logan Paul. You can't tell me I don't know my wrestling. Why I find a clip where at the end of Raw last week, you can clearly hear him say, I don't trust him. He said, I'm letting you know now, I don't trust him. In other words, if he twitch wrong, I will put him down like a rabid dog. I'm just translating for him. I'm telling y'all, I done told y'all, I done said this a lot of times. I am not new to this. I am true to this. I have watched his daddy over the years wrestle. I have watched his uncle over the years wrestle. And I know that look, when he took that mic from Paul and I saw that look in his eyes, I knew then what it was. He didn't even need to say nothing. I knew then. I said, oh, he can't stand you, buddy. And if I was you, I wouldn't be nowhere near him. You might want to you might want to go on. But he is lying himself up with the vision because he think they his friends. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Anyway. So, Paul still ran off at the mouth. Issues. What are you? You ain't no. Heyman started running off at the mouth. You're the most hated person, yada yada yada. Because everybody was mad when CM Punk came back and all this, and you ain't got no friends and all this and all that. And I'm like, Oswald, we didn't ask you to say nothing. You're the one the most hated right now. We ain't forgot about what you did to our tribal chief. I'm still looking for you because when I see you, it's on sight. So, Punk was like, I'll fight all three of you. You know CM Punk. If you didn't know, let me tell you something. If you are just, you only been watching wrestling, say, for the last 5 years, and you really don't know nothing about CM Punk, honey, go back. Go back and look at some old matches of CM Punk. When I say that he's about that life, he about that life. Because he said, I'll fight all three of you. And he was not playing. And then, honey, he was standing there. Next thing I know, I see a highlighter pop up. I'm like, who that like? Who that? Oh, that Jay Uso. Jay was like, come on, let's go. They still walking down there like they special. Next thing I know, here come Cody. It was on and popping. The Bron Brons wasn't even, Paul done got laid out somewhere. The Bron Brons done hooked back up and they right there by the ramp entrance. They about to go up the ramp. Honey, they wasn't even thinking about no Logan Paul. They was like, they talking amongst themselves. Honey, the Bron Brons didn't think about no Logan Paul. So, we got a back segment where Punk says, look, I don't want to speak for nobody, but I know I'm pissed off. I'm pretty sure they pissed off. I got me a team. You tell Heyman to get his team together. So, dimwit Adam Pearce says, what you trying to say? What you think he trying to say, stupid? Punk goes, he calls for William Regal. When he called for William Regal, I knew what was coming. William said, War Games. I was like, oh, it's about to be on. I said, but honey, Punk, sweetie, it's three of y'all. And it's three of them. For War Games, you need two more people. You need two more. Now, War Games will be November the 26th. And I believe it's going to be on and popping. It's going to be on and popping. I'm telling y'all. Now, either we going to get, here's a possibility, the Tribal Chief and Jimmy Uso. Now, I did see something where they've been circulating, which I don't know how they even think this is possible, but they've been circulating saying that it's going to be the Tribal Chief And Jacob fought too. Now Jacob's out because he had to have work done on his mouth. So I'm like, how is that gonna happen? And one of the sources that is saying this is a reliable source. But I'm like, this can't be right. So we're gonna see. We know your boy gonna get Brock Lesnar. We know Heyman gonna get Brock Lesnar. We know. I don't think it's gonna go well for Heyman's team. And it's also a theory that Austin Theory will be returning and he will join the Vision. I just got this feeling about the whole thing with Brock, Brock Lesnar coming on, because Brock, as you know, is crazy. And he is not people friendly, and he don't work well with others, as we all know. Yeah. So this is gonna be interesting. Now, Stephanie, our women's champion, Stephanie Vakir, had a match against Raquel. She defeated Raquel. What was that child? Roxanne, jumped on her afterwards. Nikki Bella, ain't that her name? Nikki Bella, yeah. Was out there, and she helped Stephanie. And I kept saying she gonna turn on Stephanie. I could feel it in my spirit. I said it last week because of what she said. I came back to prove that I could compete with you women. And yeah. And sure enough, she turned on Stephanie. She hit Stephanie with the title. And I called her everything but a child of God. Because as you, well, most of you know, if you don't know, now you should know. I do not like Nikki Bella. Never have, never will. But when I say I don't like her, the city of Boston do not like her. Why was they chatting? John Cena left you. Yes, they was chanting John Cena left you. That was embarrassing. And I'm pretty sure she went in back and cried.
Oh my. Oh my. Mm.
That was the chance. And people, they didn't have to do her like that. They felt like they did. Because they really chanted that. So I guess you know the next time. But y'all, when I say that sucker ended on a high note, them ladies tore the house down. We had for the women's tag team, the champions, Charlotte and Bliss against the Kabuki Warriors. You want to guess who won? If you guess the Kabuki Warriors, you're correct. Because guess who decided to come out there? We got Nia Jax and Lash Legend. I'm like, what is y'all doing? What are we doing? Honey, it just got chaotic. Oh my God. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. So the Kabuki Warriors pulled off the win. Then you got Jax and Lash jumping on Charlotte and Bliss. And then at first the Kabuki Warriors was standing up to them, and we was like, okay, is y'all gonna fight? Nope. Then they start all jumping on both of them. So you got 4-on-2. Next thing I know, I hear EO Sky music. She runs down there. She doing her little thing. But of course, Big Bertha there knocked her down. Lord, she hit my girl. I'm like, oh Lord, she hit my little EO. And KB said, Lord, not little EO. So now here the rest of them come to jump on. I'm like, come on. Please, 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 please let her music hit. Y'all gotta know who I was calling for. I was waiting. And sure enough, mommy's music hit. Rhea Ripley. I was like, yes. I lit this house up. She come down there, she cleaning house. Honey, the last one that was left in that ring was Paul Kyrie's, and Rhea took Kyrie, and the way she tossed that girl out that ring, I said, Rhea, you're not supposed to throw people like that. But it was amusing. So we got Rhea Ripley, ugh, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair on one team. Alexa, stop. Nia Jax, Last Legend, Asuka, and Kairi Sane on another team. Rhea said War Games. So right now, we are standing with two partial teams. And for Rhea and them team, they're thinking AJ Styles, AJ Lee. And some are thinking for Nia and them team, Becky Lynch. So we just have to see. But so far, it's starting to come together for War Games. So, woo. So, okay. So we're gonna have to see what happens, who the mystery opponent is for Friday, and see how Friday goes. They did their thing last night. I give them to them. They did. They picked it up. Raw was a lot better than it has been in the past. So we'll see what happens for Friday. As far as I know of, they're still discussing a possible time change, going to back to the 7 o'clock. For Raw, still waiting to see what the final decision is on that. But we'll see how this tournament goes. As long as it's not Gunther facing John, I will be happy. Because yeah, I don't want that to happen. So, because I do not believe Gunther can beat no Rusev. If he ends up facing Rusev in the finals, ain't no way he can beat Rusev. No, that's not happening. So I think I done touched on everything. Did I miss anything, E? Okay. Well, we finna wrap this on up. So I appreciate you guys for hopping on and hanging out with us. And I appreciate everybody that will see this afterwards. Thank you so much. And until next time, I hope everybody's remainder of the week is good. And I will see you guys later. Bye.
It's a grown ass. When it's going down.